Government Mule with Warren Haynes last night with Mo, the jam band, warming up. What a great show here in Sydney, Maine. Bowl in the Pines at Snow Pond Theater. It's just unreal, right on the lake. Sent a video to a friend of mine. He said, it's like the Sphere in the real world. And that's a pretty big compliment from him. He's a big Vegas fan. So, hey, it's Brian up here in Kingfield. And I'm showing off another one of these Harmony H1260 Sovereigns. If you've watched my videos, you know I love these. These are an American-made, by the Harmony Company, American-made, all solid wood 1260. It's the Stairway to Heaven model. And, you know, when they say on the music store, no stairway, they say no stairway, just play it different. Anyway, Jimmy Page apparently loved this guitar, wrote all kinds of stuff. His first 4 albums on it. The intro to Stairway was played on an H1260. Now these are originally a ladder brace guitar. Straight across, big huge bridge plate strip that goes all the way across. And I don't want to debate ladder versus X bracing. I love ladder bracing. Got a beautiful 1938 Recording King by Gibson that has the greatest honky-tonk sound you ever heard. And these actually have a wonderful sound with that ladder bracing, or Jimmy Page probably wouldn't have loved it so much. But I just think the X bracing helps stabilize the top, gets rid of belly budge, gives it more of a sustained sound instead of the punchy percussive sound you get out of ladder. And people just seem to like them. So it's something I enjoy doing. This one came to me in pretty decent shape, had a couple of cracks, has one big long side crack here, had another one over here that I couldn't see all the way through. I think it was just on the finish. And so what I do, I start right out by pulling the neck off. Then I take the back off. I save all the original binding so I can use it so it matches the front binding on the top. And all the braces come out. I take the back braces off and the top braces. The back usually has 5 in here. I think 4 is sufficient. Every jumbo that I've got has 4 in them, so take those out, whittle it down to 4. The top gets X-braced in a standard dreadnought pattern with a small rock maple bridge plate. In this one, I left the original transverse brace up top because I didn't need to do anything with the truss rod, and the truss rod is adjustable from the top anyway. Sometimes I'll replace that one if I put a new truss rod in that's accessed through the sound hole, but this one works fine, so I didn't need to do that. Bridge plate underneath is made out of Maine rock maple, and then I carve a new bridge. Now you may notice this bridge is different color than the fretboard. This is an ebony bridge. Usually I use rosewood. It matches the fretboard. They come standard with a rosewood string-through bridge. This was the bridge that came off of this thing. But I thought I would try ebony and see how it comes out. And I like it so far. It's got a really well-pronounced sound. The lows are very low, but it's got really, really ringing highs. And that wood is just, ebony's a little harder wood. It's got a great ring to it. Anyway, continuing on. After I do all that work, I do reinforcement strips around on the sides. Of course, this one I had to glue up that crack. The strips, this one already has some, but I add 2 more down on the bottom. What that does is if you start to have a crack develop, the strip stops it from spreading any further. Then I like to shellac the sides and the back. I think it helps with a little bit of the punch and the sound. It makes it a harder surface. Also just makes it look pretty when you look inside the sound hole. Then it gets all put back together and the binding gets re-glued back on top. Now, occasionally I end up with a couple of chips here and there when I'm taking these things apart. Like right there, I had a little bit of finish chipping when I took that binding off. And there are a few of those here and there. I tried to point them out as much as possible so people see this is, not a brand new guitar anymore. And I'm not perfect. I am a hobbyist luthier, however you pronounce it. And I'll put air quotes around it whenever I call myself a luthier because, I've just learned from the University of YouTube and doing this for a long time now. I just enjoy it as a hobby. And it sort of helps feed my gas urges. If I fix up a guitar and I get to play it for a while, it's like having a new guitar for a little while. And I don't have to go out and shop for something else. That all gets glued back up, put back together. I then reset the neck. This one didn't need much in terms of fret work. The fretboard and frets were in great shape, so it just had a crowning and a polish. True oil finish all around on the outside, and this is going to get a final buff before it goes out because I like to dull it down just a little bit but still leave like the good shine to it. Right now I'm just letting this true oil cure for as long as I can. I did add a spalted maple neck heel cover as well as the truss rod cover. Just something that's kind of dresses it up a little bit, and actually that spalted maple came from my son-in-law's farm here in Maine. New bone saddle. Lots of room left on it, and the string height there is just about 0.55 inches, so just a hair over a half inch, so plenty of break angle for that to really drive the top. Original nut up top here, original open Kluson 3 on a strip tuners, and really it's just a great all-around guitar. These things have so much punch, they have so much volume. Sounds great if you flat pick it. Inch and 3/4 nut with a 2 1/8 saddle string spacing makes it great for fingerstyle. Anyway, 1968 Harmony H1260 Sovereign Jumbo, 16 inches across, got a big wide waist. These things are their own style, their own shape, their own size. It's not a Dreadnought, it's not a Quad O, it's a Harmony Sovereign, Stairway to Heaven. It'll be up on my Reverb real soon. I'm just playing it for a little longer. I like to put it on my little Tone Right, guitar conditioner that helps work the strings. It works all the kinks out, gets my setup just perfect. Truss rod works, tuners are good. They're, a little stiff like some of these old Klusons, but they're very easy to turn and they hold the tuning perfectly. Ebony bridge, Brazilian rosewood fretboard, one-piece mahogany neck, solid spruce top, solid mahogany back and sides. Keep an eye out for it. It'll be on my Reverb within the next week. Thanks a lot for watching. See ya.